How to crosshatch. Hello everyone, this is Akshay. Welcome to my channel Art of Accidenty. Let's start this video. We are going to draw the portrait, but first, do you ever feel that you are not that consistent and you just can't do anything right? Well, I don't know the solution. I'm in the same boat. I'm just asking random questions. Today's question is, can you draw some scratchy lines? If yes, then you'll be able to crosshatch like this. Let me explain you the concept with a simple example. When you're starting to crosshatch, you'll need to note down 4 points: the geometric form of your reference and the shadow shape. You'll also note down where the planes are facing. When you do all this, the light shapes will automatically define themselves, or you can use a random shape around them to define the light shapes. When you note down this information, you can simply use this. Now let's use this information. Define planes with your lines. Start by drawing simple forms which you know are in shadow, and then make sure that your lines are following the planes of the object, and then add more lines in the parts where there are shadows in order to make them darker. And you can add shapes around the light planes or in the place where there are highlight in order to define the light shapes. You don't really need to draw or work on the light shape because it is light. We don't need to draw it. Okay, this is about done. Let's start with the portrait sketch. This is the reference that I will use to do the study. First, I will do a study sketch in order to get the 4 points or the information that we just discussed, like the form, the shadow shapes, the light shapes, and to examine which planes of the facial structure are in light and which are facing away from the light. So let's skip to the final part of the study where I start to do the line drawing, as this is not the portrait study video. So in the end, this is how the study looked. I used this study in order to create a cleanup or an outline of the face. I just did a detailed study of this reference because I actually really liked it and I liked the light and shadow effect in it, so I just wanted to study it. You can draw basic shapes and then directly start with the line outline if you wish to. And I also noted down the shadow shapes and the light shapes. So my plan is to work layer by layer in this portrait. In the first layer, I will add in shapes starting from the eyes and then going around the face and then to the clothes. When I'm drawing lines, I am actually trying to draw lines in one direction, and I will change that direction with each layer. In the first layer, I tried to be, if I drew the line in a straight fashion, in the second layer I will try to go in a diagonal fashion, as it will make your drawing more darker. If you draw lines in the same way, it won't look that appealing, and it also won't add a darker shade to it. So with every layer I am trying to change the direction of the lines, but all I'm doing in this study is adding lines in order to define the information that we noted before starting the sketch. So if you note those 4 points before starting your cross-hatching and use simple scratchy lines layer by layer, you can easily draw this portrait. As I will progress with the layers, it will get more darker, and when I'm done with the darkest shadows, I will try to adjust the mid-tones. Mid-tones will be the areas where it is not completely a highlight, but it is not a dark shadow. So it is somewhere in between that. So I will add some lines on those parts in order to show the midtones. And also I will try to define the shadow shapes more. I will try to check if the edges of the shadow shapes are what I see in the reference. I will zoom in and check shapes where I want to define more, or if I want to blur out a shape, I will blur it out. I will draw some lines behind the model in order to define the edge, the light edge, as we discussed in the beginning. It will just help you to define your form more. And the eyes or the beard, which has the darkest shadows, will receive more layers, and I will try to define the shadow shapes more. While doing this, I realized that this is a slightly repetitive process, but it is very satisfying to do. And after I completed the portrait, as you will see in some time, I actually felt a little calm, as it can have a little meditative effect on you, drawing all these lines and concentrating on it. So I hope you have fun doing this exercise, and let me know in the comments how you feel about this video, and like and subscribe if you like the effort. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.